Hi Green Door Groovers, Emma here. So it's coming up for a new moon tomorrow. So today's the 22nd of February. We're in the UK here, and the new moon is about 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, heading into Pisces. So we're in Aquarius at the moment and heading into Pisces. I've done a little video of a moon salute, a yoga salute, which, as I've mentioned in the video, is a really nice calming flowing sequence of asana. You can do it quite quickly. I noticed in the video I made a mistake by saying sun salute rather than moon salute. The thing is with me is that sometimes when I'm doing my practice, I get quite into it, and yeah, my students will tell you quite often I say left, right and up and down all the time. So forgive me if you notice when you're doing stuff like this and you think, oh, hang on. I do watch these videos back, but to be really honest, I haven't got loads of time to be redoing them over and over again or spending time editing them. As you may notice, they're a little bit rough and ready. I'm afraid that's kind of the way it's going to have to be at the moment. I hope that's all right. So I just wanted to look a little bit at the energies around at the moment, as I say, as we move into the new moon. So the new moon is going to be in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is often associated with dreaming and introspection and quietening, and the moon itself. Water is a water sign, so of course you've got the attributes of flow of feeling and emotion, and how we communicate those feelings. It can be to do with love and relationship. It can be to do with very deep-seated childhood issues. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were having some quite deep dreams at the moment. I know I've been having a lot of quite strong, deep, emotional, spiritual dreams, and I'd be interested to, note how those dreams feel. So for me, I often notice that you get what I call sort of I don't know, mundane dreams. Dreams that, are taking little bits from your day and throwing them in a big jumble, and you can go, oh yeah, I think I dreamt about that because we were talking about that or something. And then you have dreams that, to me, are like in different dimension or a different frequency. They're extremely vivid, and they've often got a power behind them which feels important. You wake up, and often you're woken up, and I've noticed this, you're woken up by something, and it could be the dream itself has sort of woken you up. There's something that has disturbed you and has brought you to a waking state. But often you wake up because, well, in my situation, maybe my kid comes into the room or something. It's like you're being woken up for a reason. So pay attention to that if you can. So if you can catch your dream, what was I just dreaming about? What was that saying to me? How can I relate that to my what's going on with me at the moment? These times are really bonkers. I mean, I use this word a lot, but they are. We're all, God, it feels a bit like you're running and you're heading for a destination, and then somebody either trips you up or changes the road. So for instance, we were just in Wales over the half term near Monmouth where all the flooding was. My heart goes out to the people who've been really affected by it, because it was quite frightening, actually, quite scary to see all these rivers bursting their banks and the muddy waters, and the trees just sort of water up to the branches, and it reminds me a bit of that. So we were driving, trying to get places, and we'd be driving and suddenly the water would just cut us off. We wouldn't be able to go anywhere further in the road. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, how how can I get to my destination somehow? The signposts keep changing. I think a lot of it is this tech world we live in. Our minds are behaving in a different way than how they used to, because there's so much information and we are multitasking in our minds so much. We're doing a million things. We've got so many, so many different bits of information the whole time. So we've got to find ways of navigating this. We've got to stay grounded, haven't we? We've really got to stay grounded and focused. So no matter what else is going on around us, we need to stay focused on where we want to go. It's very easy to get distracted, smoke and mirrors, or, you know, it just seems like the goalposts are constantly shifting and changing. So I don't know whether this is the same for you, but this is what I'm observing more and more as I live my life and go through my life. And I think there's definitely an argument for going with that as well, and being flexible and yeah, okay, so I thought I was going this way, but okay, well, we're going this way. I think that's equally good. But we've got to be careful about where our minds are going, and notice in yourself, are you able to keep your attention on something? Because we used to be able to attend to something and be quite mindful more naturally. Now we have to go to mindfulness classes because our minds are so distracted from anything that's going on. We shouldn't really have to go to mindfulness practices, should we? I don't think. So, yeah, I'm going to just pull a card here. This is from the Good Tarot, and the Good Tarot are beautiful, really pretty. Somebody in a group I go to had bought them and showed them to me, and I thought, wow, they're lovely. But by Colette Baron Reed, and so they're tarot cards with some of the cards that traditionally may sort of make people feel a little bit worried or scared, and she's used different language to sort of reframe it in a more positive way, I suppose. So I'm just going to ask here, on behalf of whoever might be chanced upon this video, and me, and, you know, students and whoever, everybody, on behalf of everybody in the world, is there something we need to know now? Is there some sort of guidance we can get for these crazy, bonkers times? Let's see. Okay. Messenger of water. Actually, that's beautiful. So you have this lovely lady with this tiny little seahorse. I mean, seahorses are like, to me, they're like unicorns, but they're manifest. You know, we can see them in this world we live in. They're so delicate and pretty and special, aren't they? So, messenger of water. It's Pisces and feeling and water. We've got so much water in this country at the moment. Anyway, so much water. And it takes me back to the floods. So what aren't we listening to? That's what I think. What aren't we listening to that we're getting flooded? Is it that we have got used to... And in this country again, and I'm talking about this country because I suppose that's what I know, isn't it? But I hope it relates to other places as well. So I would ask myself, where am I flooding? What have I not been able to contain in my life? Have I held back certain feelings and emotions and just not wished to face them? So now they are flooding. The floodgates are open. So whatever's on the inside is mirrored on the outside. Whatever we're seeing outward is what's going on in the inside. And those waters that I saw were muddy waters. So what is it about our psyche that's muddy, that's not clear? What are we not perceiving clearly? So do we need to do some work on clear perception? So that would be third eye work, pituitary gland, pineal gland work, but balanced with root center as well to make sure that we stay stable. But also this flow of feeling, water, feeling, emotion. We'll do a little meditation, taking all this into account. So if you just close your eyes with me for a moment. Breathe deep. Now imagine yourself sitting at the side of a pristine lake. And it's dark. And then you notice the moon appears, and the moon starts at its new moon phase. And as you look into the sky, you see the moon move through its phases from new, building up to half moon. So it's a bit like a speeding up of the cycle. And then all the way to the 3/4 to a full moon. And then it starts to wane. And it starts to fade back to half, to crescent, to dark moon. And then you look down into the lake itself and you see the same thing. The moon appears from new, starts to build up, gets brighter and whiter and stronger. Full moon in the reflection of the water, and then we go back until it becomes dark again. Now imagine that moon as you sit on the side of the bank, now being reflected at the third eye. Imagine your third eye to be as a moon. And again, it starts dark and then it moves into new moon, half moon, 3/4 and full, and then waning. But like that speeded up photography. And ask yourself, in the cycle and the rhythm, the ebb and flow, the rhythm of life, what am I hiding? What isn't clear? What is overwhelming? What do I need to address? And any thoughts or feelings or sensations or images that come to you, just be with them. I give myself time, I give myself space, I allow myself peace. I welcome difficulties because they lead me to transformation. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Well done. I don't really know where that came from or where it went to. Namaste.